With some of these higher end properties, is video important at all? Like, do you go through those motions to make like kind of like a 1 minute video with drone pictures or anything like that? Or is it not really that crucial of a thing? I don't know how much data you have on this, if anything, maybe just a gut feeling. But when you look at, and I haven't even looked at some of your typical land listings that you put out there, but with a good listing, there's things like really good photos of the property. And then there's the information you provide. And then there's the price. And in some cases, there's like a headline. In your opinion, which of those things is most important to get right? Like, if you don't get this right, it's going to have a much harder time selling. Like, would it be pictures, you think, or price, or I don't know? Any ideas?
My gut is to say price, because people will buy properties without any I mean, they'll be interested in a property without a picture. I mean, we never represent a thing without a picture. But I see some of these, you mentioned some of the residential agents that try to do land. I've seen some of their stuff that have hand-drawn maps, which makes me want to just die.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives me the red so bad I can't stand it, in 1 or 2 pictures. And I can tell from the picture they're on the road. They never even got on the property. They took a picture this way on the road, took a picture that way. Makes me want to just scream, because anyway. But if the price is right, I'll investigate the property. So I think it's price. But in this day and time, because people are shopping here, they're shopping on their computer, you got to have good mapping. You got to have good imagery, drones. You got to be able to tell the story in 8, 10, 12, 20 pictures with somebody clicking on the internet, because they're not going to look very long. They're going to go the next.
With some of these higher end properties, is video important at all? Like, do you go through those motions to make like kind of like a 1 minute video with drone pictures or anything like that? Or is it not really that crucial of a thing?
I put myself in the place of the consumer, and if I'm looking at a property and it's got a video, I'm going to watch the video, because it could be something there that I pick up, that I'm not getting from the information. So yeah, video's hugely important. It's just the world we live in. I mean, grandma's scrolling through Facebook and she's watching cat videos. Wow. They're the people that buy a property and sell property. So yeah, video. We don't video everything. I certainly don't drone video everything. I used to, but flying, getting video of a pine plantation is about the most boring thing you can see. I mean, you look at just a canopy of green. Okay, but if a property's got some character to it, we want to capture that in video, and we'll do ground video, we'll do drone. Not every property, but the ones that have a story to tell.
This is another question that you may or may not have any precise idea on, but when you consider all the different ways that text, you've got emails, you get listings on different websites, do you have an idea, like the sales that you do, what percentage are attributable to like the text you send out versus like a website, or like how often do you pick up the phone, like a specific person who's going to buy this thing and be like, hey, you want to buy it? And they say, yeah. And then you sell it that way. Just trying to figure out, like, for the typical land seller, whether they're a licensed broker or not, like, what really packs the most punch in your selling efforts? Like, is it having that network of people, or is it just listing on the right website? I don't know. What would you say?
I think it's the websites, because that's where people are going to actually investigate a property. Now, the emails, the social posts, the text blast, the Facebook ads, they all link to a website. So I don't mean to be, when I say I don't think anybody, I realize it's going to be exceptional. Most people, I don't think, look at a text post on our land for sale Instagram page and go, oh man, and call. No, I think if they're interested, they then go to a site and look at details. It's like a 2-step deal. This teases them, gets them in the door, and then the door, I believe, door to the website that's got the information. And then that's when they will shoot, hit the button and send us an email, or pick up the phone and call the agent. But I think it probably started with social. It started with the internet in some way, or emails, text, social, got them into the door of the website before they make the initial contact. I think probably is 7 out of 10 for us.
Yeah, this is actually something that I have been learning a lot about this year. It's taken me like 10 years to get around to it, and this is certain geeky stuff that the average land investor might not care about. But there are actually a lot of ways that you can figure out, where is traffic coming from? Like, is it coming from LinkedIn or Instagram, it's with UTM codes. You basically just bake it into the link, and then you can figure out, okay, these number of people are coming from this platform. But anyway, if anybody's ever curious about that kind of stuff, just do some Google searching for UTM codes. You can kind of learn how they work. And it's a little complicated to figure out in the beginning, but once you grasp it, it's a pretty useful way to track where business is coming from.
I do not disagree. In fact, I agree with you 100%. Very familiar with it. I listen to a lot of tech nerds that they train on, Facebook and Instagram. They really get into the weeds, into the minutia, and that's their business. The reason I don't do it, and I'm familiar with them, is I got this much time in a day, this much time left on the planet. I can only do so much. I know the analytics of my website, and I see where stuff's coming to my website. So I try to major on the major. I can't do everything, so what I do well. But I agree with that 100% if somebody is of that mind.
I completely agree with that too. I've spent an embarrassing amount of time trying to implement this stuff this year, and honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. I do sort of feel like I've wasted a ton of time, and time will tell if it was wasted or not, because it takes time to aggregate this data. But for sure, I mean, I don't think I could say it's the most important thing. It's more just it's useful to know.
Yeah. And if we had if we got, John sitting in the next office and that's his job.
Yeah.
And John's good at that, that's great. I'd love to hear the information John collates from that, but to do it myself, I can't do it anymore.